My name is Aedan Gardill, and I'm a physics graduate student at the University of Wisconsin-Madison who also is an artist. This is some of the art that I've been making that plays off of a physics concept in optics, or the science of light. However, it might be a little hard to see right now. Let me move this linear polarizer in front of the camera, which will reveal the portraits. Do you notice how the art almost looks invisible without looking through this special material? I'll explain the science behind that in just a moment. First, I want to mention that these portraits are of 3 University of Wisconsin-Madison professors. This is Dr. Elizabeth Wright, a biochemical professor who studies and uses a technique called cryo-electron microscopy, and is actually the director of a brand new facility here at the UW that will house 4 of these very impressive instruments. We have Dr. Filiz Yiselkoy, a professor of biomedical engineering, who uses and studies nanotechnology and the use of light to develop the next generation of medical diagnostic tools that she hopes will be low cost and widely used at home. And we have Dr. Poopa Gilbert, a biophysics professor who studies the growth and formation of biominerals like coral. Her research has provided a hopeful outlook for the future of coral reefs. So what is causing this effect? Why can we only see the portraits when we're looking through this material? And how am I creating these colored portraits from seemingly nothing? Well, let's walk through the science of what's happening. Light often acts like a wave, and waves oscillate or jiggle around. Think of a long rope that you're holding in your hand. You flick your wrist, and a wave travels down. That wave oscillates in some direction, up and down in this case, and that's just how light travels. It is an electric and magnetic field that oscillates and moves energy through space. Most light sources we encounter, from light bulbs to the sun, emit light that oscillates in all directions. That is unpolarized light. The material that I'm using to put in front of the camera is a polarizer, which is essentially made of stretched plastic that only allows light oscillating in one direction to pass through, just like we see in the image here. We call the light that passes through the polarizer and oscillates in one direction polarized light. Here I have a polarizer that is polarizing the light that's reflecting from the white backdrop. However, our eyes in a camera can't distinguish the polarization of light. So instead, I can use a second polarizer that will block the light at different amounts based on how the 2 polarizers are oriented with respect to each other. First, we'll orient the second polarizer so it is aligned with the polarization of the light, so it lets all of the light through. Then we can rotate it by 90 degrees so that it is no longer aligned with the polarized light and blocks nearly all of it. So in my portraits, to create the color, I'm using polarized light and another special material that is cellophane, your generic gift or flower wrapping plastic. Cellophane has a really interesting property where it takes the light waves and rotates them different amounts based on the color of the light. So when we have white light, which is composed of all colors of light, passing through cellophane, the different colors rotate by different amounts. So that when we place the polarizer after the cellophane, it picks off the color of light that is aligned with the polarizer. Let's see this in action. Again, I have my polarizer, which is sending polarized white light to the camera, and I'm going to place a square of cellophane on top. I can then move a second polarizer in front of the camera, and you can see the cellophane is only aligning the blue light with the second polarizer. I can place more cellophane on top, meaning that as the light travels through more cellophane, it will rotate by more, so other colors will be lined up with the second polarizer. This is the main concept behind the science of my portrait, where each additional layer of cellophane rotates the light by different amounts. So I cut and choose where to put these layers of cellophane to start forming an image, which then form a portrait when viewed through a second polarizer. So again, my portraits have polarized white light coming from behind the frame that passes through layers of cellophane that I've cut in the form of a portrait. The different layers of cellophane are rotating the white light by different amounts, so that when we look through a second polarizer, we see different colors in different areas, and the full portrait is revealed. So where do we see polarization in our life? One common place is in sunglasses. Any pair of polarized sunglasses has polarizers in the lenses to help reduce glare from reflected surfaces, which is naturally polarized. Many electronic screens, like phone screens or any other LCD display, are also often polarized, which is due to the nature of the technology used in these screens. Also, cellophane is not the only material to have this light rotating effect. Many tapes, like packing tape, also rotate the light based on their color and have the same effect as the cellophane. And in fact, these are just extremely inexpensive versions of an optical tool used in many laboratories, like the one I'm studying in, called a half-wave plate. With this in mind, you should be able to make art in the same exact way I have, with materials found around your home, by using a phone screen or a laptop screen to create the polarized light, then cellophane or packing tape to rotate that light, and then viewing it through polarized sunglasses. Again, my name is Aedan Gardill, and I hope you enjoyed viewing my artwork and learning about the science behind it, and I hope that you take some time to make some similar artwork yourself. I'd like to thank the Madison Arts Commission, along with the Wisconsin Arts Board, for funding this project, and special thanks to Arts and Literature Laboratory as well, and thanks to you for watching.